Hello, it is me, and today I have a very special unboxing for you all to see. This wonderful box has been sent to me by the SEEIN company, and inside has, I think, all the makings for a wonderful matcha video. So let's get into it, shall we? First off, this box is absolutely gorgeous. It has beautifully textured top, a lovely design on the inside, and so let's see what is inside. So what I see right here on top is our matcha that we are going to be reviewing today by the SEEIN company, and also they sent a little face mask, which is quite thoughtful in these crazy times, so thank you very much. So here is our matcha. It is a very nice big bag, 100 grams. And here we have all different kinds of things that you can make with the matcha. So we have our matcha tea, matcha bread, matcha chocolates, matcha lattes. And so I will be making both traditional matcha tea and a matcha latte. Now, the neat thing about this company is this is actually the supplier for all the Starbucks matcha teas. So like if you get a matcha latte from Starbucks, this is the company that provides it. And they are out of Korea, and I am thoroughly impressed by this company so far, just due to the fact that this package was sent to me 2-day global mail. It was incredible. It went from Korea to, I believe it was Alaska, then Alaska to Chicago, and then to me, all in 2 days, and I've never been more impressed with a package being sent to me. So here we have our matcha. Next, we have our lovely little matcha spoon, and when making a traditional matcha, you should always use bamboo or something, not metal, because matcha tends to have a reaction when it is scooped with metal, so make sure to use, if it is a spoon, make sure it is a coated spoon so no metal is on it, and so it won't compromise the matcha. Oh, and also I believe this is called a cha-sa-ku. I think I probably messed up the pronunciation there, but that is what this lovely little scoop is called. Next, we have our proper matcha whisk, and this is a chasen, I believe is what it is called. It is made out of bamboo, and it is really quite beautiful and very delicate, so I'll make sure not to drop that or break that. So the next thing I see in our box is wrapped in bubble wrap. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I know what this is. So this cute little thing isn't for making the matcha. This is actually what you will put your matcha whisk on to dry and to store so that the tines retain their shape, and so nothing gets broken and it just stays good for a very long time. So lastly, in our little box, we have a very lovingly and carefully wrapped item. And this is the item that I'm super excited to see because I do not have one of these in my tea collection. And it is the bowl for the matcha itself to be mixed in and drunk from, and it is very beautiful. It has a slight pink hue going around it, and it is just so lovely. So let's go and start making our matcha. So the first thing we are going to do is prepare our chasen and get it ready for making our matcha. So what we are going to do is first take it out of its packaging, and we're going to pour some boiling water into our Chawan, which is our bowl for making the matcha. And this will help warm the bowl. And then what we're going to do is whisk our lovely little matcha whisk in here, and it's going to soften up the tines or bristles and get it ready for making our matcha. And as it's doing that, like I said, it will be warming the bowl. So we're going to set it aside, and I'm going to go and dump out this water so that we can prepare our matcha. Now it is time to add our matcha. There is two different ways you can make it. You can make it thick or you can make it more thin. I'm going to go with the thick method, which will use 3 heaping tea scoops. So let's open up our matcha. And be careful not to blow or breathe into your matcha because it will go everywhere. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Yes, I am a Sesame Street kid. So here we have our matcha in the bowl. Now, another step you can do is you could put it through a very fine sieve so that it's not as lumpy, but I'm not too worried because I think this matcha whisk is going to work very, very well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little of our hot water heated to around 185 degrees. And we're just going to add a little bit so that what we're going to do is mix it into a thick paste and just kind of get all the lumps out of our matcha. So once you see that your matcha is nice and smooth and it no longer has any lumps, you're going to add your desired amount of water. Now, depending on if you want it to be a thick matcha or a thin matcha will depend on how much water you add. So for a thicker matcha, you will be adding around 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons. And if you want a more thin, frothy matcha, you will add about 4 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons. So let's add our water. So I have measured out 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons into my matcha. And what we're going to do is whisk it in a figure M or a figure W motion. And it's going to get all nice and frothy. Now once you are done frothing your matcha, don't forget to clean your brush. Don't use any detergents or solvents, just use clean water to rinse the matcha off, taking care not to break any of the tines. And so once you are done cleaning it, you will either set it upright so the tines can stay in their shape, or you will put it on your little matcha whisk holder, like so. And these are quite clever, and you can always make sure to clean those, and they have a little hole so if there is any water it can escape through there. So here we have our lovely thick and frothy matcha, so let's try it, shall we? Ooh, wow. That is very, very matcha-y and nice and very creamy and thick and wonderful. So what I'm going to do now is go froth some sweetened milk and turn it into a latte. So one moment, tease. So here I have added a spoonful of sugar to about 3 ounces of milk, and I have heated and frothed it, and now I have a lovely matcha latte. So let's see how it tastes as a latte. Quite delicious. Now this matcha actually has no sweetener added to it, so I find it even more delicious with a bit of sugar and foamed milk, and it makes an excellent latte. And I can definitely see why Starbucks uses this company to make their matcha lattes, because it is quite delicious. Well, everybody, I hope that you have enjoyed seeing how to make matcha the traditional way and learning about SEEIN Matcha. And I will leave information down below if you want to check out and grab your own bag of this matcha. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will see you all later. Bye!